Okay, hello, fellow beings. I actually just experienced something, and it happened about 10 minutes ago. And since it happened, I've been thinking about how I'm going to explain it, and my ego has already started trying to hide it from me. So, when the ego feels threatened, or who you think you are, your identity, whatever you label yourself, generous, kind, heart, whatever you label yourself, if any of that is threatened, the mind starts to rationalize, and like it's your own rationale, but it's sort of it's just a trick. It looks for something or someone to blame. It tries to convince you that you're the right one, and that other people are wrong. And when I'm reading this book with Eckhart Tolle, The Pain Body, like that energy inside of you, whether it be the victim energy, the hero complex energy, or the perpetrator energy, and we all have them all because of the collective. And this is really, really hard to explain, and I caught it doing it, and because I was watching it, and there's a Bible verse talking about take captive all your thoughts, and I think I kind of get what he was talking about, and with Eckhart Tolle too, he talked about you're not the condition that's known, you're the knowing. So those thoughts that are trying to convince you that you're right and someone else is wrong, or that that's just one example, and it comes from really wanting to find the truth, so to look at yourself with acceptance and honesty, without judgment. And my therapist is helping me with this too, integrating all the different parts of myself. Oh man, it sounded so much better in my head. But yeah, the Maslow's triangle, I don't know if all of you have heard about that, but there's this vicious cycle in the human condition and in existence. And I'm dripping still. I was trying to rush to get on here to actually talk about something, because I haven't been doing videos because I've been meditating and praying and looking for the truth still, and just evaluating and meditating and really trying to find the truth of who I am, who we are, and it just sort of it just happens. Something happens, and you experience an epiphany, a revelation, and it just clicks. But the thing is, like, it does come from inside. It comes from God speaking to us with his, like, through our personal relationship with him. But he also, like, uses other people to help along the way. And, like, he uses everything for the good of those who love him, right? So, like, no matter how much anger comes up, or how much resentment, or whatever stories, like, whatever conclusions that you've come up with to justify how you're right, and it's all bullshit. Like, excuse my French, but I don't know, maybe not all of it is, but I'm starting to see more and more of it is. But we're not just a couple of things. We're everything. Like, whoa. This is like, so many people have explained this in so many different ways. And it all helps. Jesus, Buddha, Eckhart Tolle, some of my teachers, and my friends have explained it, like, in bits and pieces. I've taken it in bits and pieces, and I think it comes really from the willingness to really dig deep. But it makes sense, like, more and more. But, trying to figure things out is sort of a trap, too. For me, I have a lot of fake conversations in my head. But I just know that, like, when you have any kind of anger or fear, or, like, it doesn't even have to be a negative emotion either, because, like, if you equate happiness with something on the outside, like a circumstance, then, like, if it gets taken away, then your happiness is gone too. But that's not true. So just know that, like, your ego is going to fight like hell to convince you to stay in one of the three roles of Maslow's triangle. Because it can't The ego is limited, but we're not. So when you start to expand and realize how many possibilities there really are, the ego fights because it can't understand. That pain body fights because it wants to stay alive. I mean, energy is neither destroyed nor created. I think that's what energy can neither be destroyed nor created. It just is. So, like, we can transform that energy into love, but that energy fights to stay how it knows, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Saying that out loud didn't make sense. Maybe I didn't explain it right. I'm searching, not my mind. I'm searching the experience that I had so that I can explain it, but I need my mind a little bit so that you can make sense of it. I'm still working on integrating those things so they can work together to actually help people understand. But I got really, really dry all of a sudden. So, hold on. Oh, my hair it just holds water like crazy. I need a towel or something. I don't know. I had to rush because I knew some of it was holding, like I was keeping some of it. Like I tried a little bit to formulate sentences that could translate what I experienced. And I think I lost some of it in translation. But again, it's a personal experience that you'll have sometime if you want the truth. Yeah, I don't. I'm searching. I'm listening actually to see I was so excited right now. So I kind of rushed on here and just kind of trying to find a metaphor or some sort of illustration. Maslow's triangle is the closest that I can come to an illustration at the moment of how the ego tries to fight, like, who you think you are. Who you think you are is not all you are. But the mind and the ego want you to believe that. And it's very convincing sometimes. To even have like sort of factual examples. It picks pieces of things that have happened and things that were said, and it formulates a justification for itself. So that you think it's right. And I don't want to really get specific here because it's not about specifics, really. Like for you personally, you'll have specifics probably that bring you to whatever conclusion if you're watching it, if you're watching what's happening in your mind. But yeah, that's not the point tonight. It's more of breaking free of what you think you are. Breaking free of that vicious role that's been hammered into you, like whether it be from just what you learned growing up, what you observed, what you watched, how you had to navigate through whatever circumstances that you were in that taught you about the world. Your experience teaches you about the world. And sometimes it's not pleasant, but that's not the whole world. And there's more out there that you can experience. But you've got to break free of that identity first. Because what you think your identity is, it's not only that. Sure, there might be some truth to who you think you are. Probably is. But it's not all you are. And when you break free of that role, of those limitations, you'll start to see it. And you'll start to see the thoughts that are limiting you. You see the thoughts that are holding you back from becoming completely free from becoming who you really are. Yeah, and I think that's it for right now. I'm pretty sure I explained what happened. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I had to do that. I was really, really guided to take that on here and just roll with it, because I thought it could be useful. So, there you go. Have a good night, guys, and ladies. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, walking, eating nicely, like good food for me, for my body to fuel it, not just so I'm not hungry, to fuel my body and like enjoy it. And like I've been so like grateful for my eyes, for the vision, and for all the beauty that God put on this planet for us to look at. All the plants and the flowers and the birds and the squirrels and the rabbits and all the smells, and it's just life is real. Period. And everything else is a bonus. Sometimes I forget that too. But I'm working on not. So, have a really good night. I will talk to you when I have something to say.